place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And we are outside today. Yes, we're outside on a Monday morning. And you might be wondering where we are. We are here in Roxborough, opposite the Roxborough Secondary Hard Court. Yes, we're here, and we're here because today is Belman Mana riots. Yes, all things Belman Mana riots happening today. The Belman Mana riots reenactment begins at 10 a.m. this morning. Yes, the Tobago Heritage Festival is on its final week, ladies and gentlemen. The Tobago Heritage Festival is on its final week, and we are here in Roxborough to cover all things Belman Mana riots. So I hope that you're up, you're well, you're ready to go. You have your tea, you have your coffee, you have your cricks and cheese, your French toast, whatever you have, pack it to go. Make your way up to Roxborough, as today is Belman Mana riots. We have a lot to discuss concerning today's activities, but before we do any of that, we go to our news in 90 seconds.
Here, thank you, Akinlabi. Here is your news in 90 seconds from Monday, 20th July 2025. Assemblyman Wayne Clark will begin his new duties as Secretary of the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport today after he took his oath as THA Secretary last Friday. Clark previously served as Assistant Secretary in the same division. Also assuming new responsibilities today is Assemblyman Megan Morris, who has been reassigned from the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection to serve as Assistant Secretary in the Division of Community Development. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has reaffirmed her government's commitment to establishing a national memorial honoring the fallen, injured and defenders of the 1990 attempted coup. In a message marking the 35th anniversary, she called for transparency, strong leadership, and citizen vigilance and rising national security threats. 1990 attempted coup survivor Wendell Eversley was disheartened to find the gravesite of former President and Prime Minister A.N.R. Robinson overrun with bush during his annual walk from Crown Point to Bacolet to honor the tragic events of July 27th. Eversley publicly called on the Tobago House of Assembly to restore the site of the man who led the country during the coup attempt. The gravesite was cleaned on Saturday, July 26th, just one day before the 35th anniversary, by Jared Williams, owner of Yardman Landscaping Service. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Yes, so Natalia, you've seen the news there that the new secretary is taking up his new portfolio. You know, we wish him all the best. I wish also Miss Morrison the best. She's taking up a new portfolio as well. And we know that this happened in light of Mr. Nutsi.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Sampson.
Yes,
taking up his new move into the parliament. So, what do you think about the appointments?
Well, I think that all the secretaries, when rotated, have shown their best in every portfolio that they've represented in. So I don't think it's anything different that we could expect from both assemblymen that have been moved. So I'm just hoping for the best from the both of them. And
well, you know, he was junior secretary in that same division before.
Yes.
So he's just making a move up. So it's not much of an adjustment for him. It's just that he is, I guess, for lack of a better word, the top dog now.
Yes, yes.
You know, in that division. So we wish you all the best. and we hope that you can take this new portfolio and make a positive difference in the Tobago space. I saw as well, there was some controversy concerning the grave of Mr. Robinson. It's glad that they were able to address it.
Yes, because I saw the report, I saw some of the footage. It was not in a very good state.
Yeah,
right? We have to be honest about that.
Yes.
But I'm happy that it was fixed. The matter was fixed. The gravesite is now, I don't want to refurbish, it's not the word I want to put there.
Yes. It was cleaned up.
It was cleaned up.
It was cleaned up. It was made,
right?
yes. So I think one of the things we need to ask ourselves is these heads of state that have passed on and are buried, should we leave the maintenance of their graves to the families?
Yes.
Or should we leave it up to should it be a responsibility of the state, seeing that they would have served the nation in an official capacity?
Well, I think you kind of answered the question there, because I mean, as you said, he would have served the nation in some sort of capacity, and let's not hint or slight his serving time. He was there for the 1990 coup.
Yes.
He led us through. He came through. Prime Minister and President. I think the state has more than a responsibility to maintain that grave site where he's resting right now.
Well, hopefully, moving forward, there could be some sort of arrangement between the family and the state, whether it's the central government or the THA, to really maintain the gravesite, because, like you said, he would have served us in a very difficult time. He's considered a national hero by most people in Trinidad and Tobago. So it really should be incumbent upon us, not just as a society, but particularly the state, I think, to really maintain his gravesite as a sign of respect.
True.
And in the final story, I can't remember exactly what it was about. If you could just remind us about the second story that you would have read.
I remember two of those stories that you would have mentioned.
Right.
But I think we could go on to lighter notes, and that is the Roxborough Belman Mana riot.
Yes, it's on today.
You mentioned a few things, but did you tell them where it was?
Yes, it's in Roxborough.
Right.
It's in Roxborough. It starts at 10 a.m. I believe it starts down in the back at the plantation or somewhere around there. And they will have a procession in the morning and a stage production in the evening. And this is the second year of the return of the Belman Mana riots. They came back last year, and it was a hit last year. I expect it to be a hit again this year. And we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have conversations with a number of persons involved with the production to really get some history, backstory, that kind of thing concerning the Belman Mana riots. For those who don't know what the Belman Mana riots was about, because it was a very significant historical event in the history of Tobago. So it's going to be really exciting. I know a lot of persons are going to look forward to that very immersive street theater production that Roxborough is known for in recreating the Belman Mana riots. And they seem very excited, very prepared for this year. They want to improve upon what they did last year, and last year they came back with a very high standard.
Right.
And they want to improve upon that as well, so it's going to be really, really, really exciting.
I also want to add, Akinlabi would have mentioned before that you all need to get your bush tea and the coffee and the cricks and cheese. But you all can actually leave home empty-handed, and just walk with the money in your pockets, because at the site of the stage production, there is breakfast on sale, right? I mean, if you don't know exactly where it is, just follow the scent. We're here right now. My nose is being tantalized. I'm very sure yours will be too. So walk with your money, support those who are on the site of the stage production this evening.
All right, so you heard it from Natalia. Natalia, thank you very much for that news in 90 seconds. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. And I know you're going to stay back a little bit, just a little bit, to see if you could sneak in a little half an hour of the Belman Mana riots.
You're saying that I should message my boss?
I think you should message your boss. I think it's very understanding. Like I said, people just take the time off for the Charlottesville Natural Treasures.
Of course.
You can take the time off for the Belman Mana riots as well.
Correct.
It's going to be a treat. You don't want to miss out.
Okay. All right. In light of that, Akinlabi, stay tuned and share the live, share the live,
Yes,
share the live.
So before we go for a break, we are going to go straight to our birthday shoutouts. Yes, our birthday shoutouts. We want to celebrate with those who are celebrating today. And you know what, Tobago Update, we enjoy celebrating with our viewers, We enjoy celebrating. Whatever it is, your birthday, anniversary, anything that you have to celebrate, we enjoy celebrating with you. And we start off by celebrating with Mr. Collis Hazel. Yes, happy birthday to you, Mr. Collis Hazel. As a matter of fact, Mr. Hazel is very instrumental in the execution of the Belman Mana riots reenactments. And we say happy birthday to you, sir. He's a well-known figure in Tobago. We wish you all God's blessings today. And we hope that everything that you put your hand to, including today's production, will come off without a hitch. And God will be with you all the way. We continue on and we say happy birthday to Mr. Rona Jack. Birthday to you, God's richest blessings. Today is your special day. We hope that you are safe today and you celebrate with all your friends and your family and God, and you reflect on all the blessings that God has given to you over the years, and He sticks with you and you stick with Him in this upcoming year. We say happy birthday to Mr. Garth Graham. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Graham. God's richest blessings to you on this special day. Yes, and we hope that you spend it with friends and family that can show you all the love and cherish you and all the good stuff. Happy birthday to you. Mr. Dexter Sandy. Happy birthday to Dexter Sandy. Today, you're celebrating your birthday, sir. And we know you're going to celebrate it well. Be safe, and God's richest blessings to you. And finally, we say happy birthday to Miss Andrea Bonus. Yes, happy birthday to you, Miss Andrea Bonus. Today is your birthday. Celebrate it. I know you're up there in Argyle with friends and family. And Andrea Bonus is a good friend of mine. And I wish you God's richest blessings on your special day. And may He guide you and protect you and keep you. In Jesus' name, amen. Happy birthday to you, Miss Bonus. Yes, and that was the last of our happy birthday shout-outs or birthday shout-outs. And if you're celebrating anything you want to celebrate, your birthday, your anniversary, you get a new job, you move in, you buy a house, you start a business, whatever you want to celebrate, share it with us. We want to celebrate with you here in Tobago Updates. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we have a packed day of discussions with you. We're going to be talking to a number of persons instrumental in the execution of the Belman Mana riots, so you want to listen in and get educated. But do us a favor, there are other persons that want to get this information as well. So help us out. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back after these messages.
Same train, carrying mother, same train.
As we draw nearer to the close of Heritage 2025, we can't forget some highly talked about events. On Sunday, July 27th, Speyside Harvest is on from 10 a.m. Then we head to the Buku Unveil production from 7 p.m. Belman Mana Riots in Roxborough, July 28th. Legacy of Africa in Bethel, July 29th. The Black Rock Sea Festival, July 30th. And finally, on August 1st, the Emancipation Day celebration is on from 5 p.m. in Scarborough.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With AMPLIA TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with AMPLIA's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gigabyte fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With AMPLIA, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. AMPLIA. Do more, live more.
Courts is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Courts Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning program. We are here in Roxborough. Yes, we are outside on this Monday morning, and I have in studio with us, I have here with us Miss Deanna Riley, who is the director of the Belman Mana production. Good morning and welcome, Miss Riley.
Good morning and thank you.
So, Miss Riley, Belman Mana, we're back for the second year after a long hiatus. Just tell persons who may not know about the history of the Belman Mana, what it is really about.
Well, the Belman Mana riots is an historical event. It's something that actually took place right here on this estate in Roxborough in the year 1876. What happened is that the post-emancipation era, there was a shortage of slaves on the plantation, and so they went to Barbados and imported freed Africans to work on the plantation.
Right.
Well, they promised them certain things like better health care, better working conditions, better salaries and things like that. But when they came, none of that materialized, and they thought they were in a situation where they were still like in slavery in Barbados.
Right.
So it's a series of like protests, the oppression, they couldn't understand it, and they started to rebel. But this significant one that took place on May 1st, this is the big one. They were disgruntled about all the things that were going on, and they decided they couldn't take it anymore, and they decided to rebel. The first thing they did, they burned the estate house, the sugar house. They burned that down. And they arrested one of theirs, which was Sammy Small. He wasn't really the person, but they arrested someone and they took him up to the station. Now, Belman Mana, he was a Barbadian, he was a corporal. But he was like one who was very harsh, very cruel. He was like a bully to his own people, like he was doing the works of the matter. And during the riots and so on, they went up to the station, they marched from here, the station, and went up to the station where they tried to get back Sammy. They didn't get him, so they stormed the station and they beat up a couple of policemen up there. And the thing is, it was led by a woman. It was a woman, so Mary Jane Thomas, alias Tipigi. Yeah, so they didn't find Belman Mana, and they had a court trial. Then they started to pelt missiles at the
courthouse because they wanted Belman.
Yes.
So when he came out, there was some confrontation, and he ended up firing a shot and shooting T-Piggy.
Okay.
Right? So that is what they got them more enraged and riled up, and they decided, well, they have to get his life for that because she was the lead. They looked up to her because she was the one who was, doing everything for them. And then they tried to get him out. They tried calling him out. They tried to burn down the courthouse and everything. And the magistrate who was trying the matter, fearful for her life, she decided to send Belman out because she didn't want to be in there with the burning of the courthouse. She didn't want to be a part of. And when Belman came out, they pulled him into the crowd and they severely beat him. They beat him to death. And that was in revenge for killing T-Piggy. Right. At that time, they feared no one. They had no fear. They didn't fear Belman. They didn't fear the police. They didn't fear the magistrate. They were just concerned about the oppression that they were going through, and they couldn't take it anymore, and that was their way. So they felt satisfied that they killed him. But our production ends there with a jubilation. But I want people to understand, and I have a voice over, that was not the end result. It's not that they killed Belman and they were happy and they rejoiced. No, there was a court hearing, and at that time we were under colonial rule. Yes. And so 16 persons were convicted for the killing of Belman, and another 30 persons were imprisoned for rioting. Right, and I think after that situation, then they realized that Tobago was weakened by all the unrest, and that was the first step of moving Tobago and Trinidad to become a unitary state.
Okay, so there's a lot of history and a lot of implications for where Trinidad and Tobago is now. Like you said, the Belman riots would have been a catalyst for leading towards Tobago and Trinidad being unified.
Definitely.
But for today's production, just tell persons where the procession taking place and tell us all these stages.
All right, the procession takes place down that Cameron Road. We call it the Waterfall Road. We start there, and where we will have the the drum call. We will have like a prayer and so on. The opening session takes here, and then I call that first part step into the story because it's a story. Well, I must tell you that the street theater production, the concept came from no other than Mr. Gilbert Happy O'Connor. I was not here at the time.
Yes.
And he told me that Mr. O'Connor always telling him, you have good all the relics there for street theater and to get more people involved. So we are having that. So I call it step into the story. So the people who are gathered there ask them to step into the story. It's our story. It's Belman's story. So we are following the trail. So from there, we are moving onto the estate because the estate was right there. This was the estate.
Yes.
And we still call here over the estate.
Okay.
Up to now.
Right.
And so we have a presentation down there. So every part that we present is a performance that's relevant to what happened at that site. So the estate is where the people are working, and we see they expressing their resentment about what was going on, the oppression and everything. And then we saw where the firehouse was, the sugar house was burned. So we are having a real fire, the burning of something there. So that steps there. And then we see the overseer, because they had an overseer coming there and accusing a certain person.
Yes.
Then from there we move, where we hear right there is the remains of the boiler house.
Yes.
So we'll have a situation there where people going inside and doing, and right there we'll have some tambu bamboo music right there to keep the people. And then it's war up to the police station. We're taking all this trek, going all the way up to the police station. And that police station is the exact police station.
The original police station.
The original police station,
right,
where Belman Mana and the police were, and where they marched to. And that same police station, they stormed and beat up some of the policemen. A couple of policemen up there. So we have that historical site right there. So, and then from there, we go down to the court yard, which where house the old court house, where it is the same to the original since 1876. It probably was there before, but that was the courthouse where the trial took place, and the courtyard there where they had the riot and the beating and all that. So we have a little trial there of Sammy Small. Now I must warn you, I must inform you that trial, that part with the trial of the arsonist, that's really like a fictional. So what we are doing is an historical fictional.
Yes.
So we have the history, the real history, and then you add some fiction to it.
Yes.
So that's the fictional part, because there wasn't really an actual trial of the arsonist.
but we have that there to, you know, to lighten the moment
Yes.
and maybe some
Okay.
humor, and that's it. And from there, well, we see the killing of Belman Mana there, and then we'll go back down to with the Tambo Bamboo down to the junction, and then we'll have a music truck playing selected music that is relevant to the period, to the theme, which is about oppression and you know, and people rebellious music. That's the music we're going to be playing, and we'll be coming back here. So I want to know some of the songs that we chose, like the spiritual. Up at the police station, you will see a performance of spirituals and dancing. The spirituals selected spirituals for that because during that time, that was the vehicle for protest. During those days,
spiritual songs.
So the spiritual songs, and most of the spiritual songs were codified. They had a code.
Yes.
So like Steal Away, it would seem as though they want to steal away to Jesus to go, but it was a code. There was a code when they wanted to plan or wanted to know how to get away or how to learn about the Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
So that was a codified song. So some of the songs that I chose and some of the music are relevant to protest and oppression and rebellion.
Okay. So for this procession, I know it's really a street theater production. Is it an immersive thing where members of the audience, patrons could really put themselves in the story? Are there parts where they could participate and that kind of thing as well?
Yes, because at the beginning there, I say step into the story, and they are coming in because we are making that we're trekking, we are coming and they are following. So we're having the music truck and they'll be following up the road. When we come down, they could be a part of the Tambo Bamboo coming down.
Right.
At the courtyard, they'll be there because I asked them the cast audience to interact, like put them in certain parts of the production. The onlookers or the spectators could come in because everybody's a part of the story. You are being a part of the story because at the beginning, I invite you to be a part of the story. Step into the story.
Yes.
Follow the trail.
Yes.
And be a part of it.
So last, I don't know if you were a part of it last year.
I did it last year. I'm the same person who did it last year.
You did it last year as well?
Yeah.
So from last year to this year, what could persons who making a return could expect different or expect to be grand or anything like that?
Well, first of all, we have some different music, some selected songs. All right. We also have different actors that come from, and should I name them or should
you can leave that
when you come, you will see it's surprise. Popular that are well known to people throughout. So you will see them there, and you will see a more emotional, paw raising this year, and I think it will be better than last year. I have a feeling so. The actors, and they are really deeply involved, and you see why? Because I always tell them the history. So I said, we are doing this production, but you have to know the history.
Yes.
So if anyone asks you, you could tell them why you're doing it.
Yes.
Was it fun? Not just doing something for doing sake. So they have an idea of the history. I explained to them, we still have the relics here. And it's very important that we have all these you are seeing here. These were from 1876. That popo out there, the police station, the courthouse. So we have deep history in Roxborough. And I would like it to be preserved and that people would always remember, and they know that Roxborough is a resilient set of people. And also I want them to take away that people work together to overcome challenges. That's like the message, the theme.
Yeah.
So regardless of what you're seeing there, don't stray from the important, from the theme, from the message, that people work together to overcome challenges.
Yes.
And that's what happened there with Chipigyan. She got the support of the estate workers.
So apart from the stage production this morning that's starting at 10 a.m., what else can persons look forward to throughout the course of the day?
Well, after the production, that may finish like about between 1:15, 1:30. There's a cultural extravaganza. Here, you see the stage is set up there.
Yes.
So the music truck comes back here, and in the afternoon, I think I can't remember the exact time. I think it's 5. There's a production. Okay. So we have like steel band, we have drumology, we have folk singing and dance, different groups performing, and of course there's music, and of course where there's music there's food.
Yes,
where there's music and food, there's drink, there's a bar, a stock bar. So it's like a celebration after. You celebrate, you drink, you eat, and celebration, because African people, regardless of what they're going
must
through,
have food and
they
drink,
must, and
must
the music,
celebrate, yes.
they celebrate,
Must celebrate, yes.
Even to the pain, they sing. But if that's how they get rid of the pain, they celebrate.
Yes. So, you talk about food and drinks and eat up and fun and music. And that was in the afternoon session.
That's in the afternoon session.
We having any of that in the morning session? Any food on sale? What kind of food people could come to? They come in and get. They could get chocolate tea. What they could get?
I think when they come here by the country share, the police would come. They have like a wide array of things you could get to eat and drink and snacks. I don't know, Mr. Hazel, he will better inform me, but I know that they have a lot of things there to eat and drink. It will be on sale.
Okay.
All right, local dishes. So when we make this stop here, because people go inside to view the boiler house and see the remnants, the relics of things that were there, and they would be able to purchase, because they also see like the truck shop. The truck shop that was part of with the truck system. That was one of the things that really took them, really got them agitated and riled up and disgruntled, because that truck shop is that they were not allowed to purchase groceries or goods from anywhere except from there, and that was owned by the slave master. And what happened is that they were so costly.
Right. So they're working and all the money going back to
definitely, because and they would take out money for things that the people didn't even get, they didn't even know about.
Right.
Take out money for medicine that they never got and things like that. And then Belman Mana was part of that. He was coming and taxing them, he was like a corrupted person, taxing them without due purpose, raising taxes. So all of that added to,
to the level of
fire.
This
so I called. So even though I have titles, so the first wife I called Stephen's Story. Up at the station there, I named that, I call that Rebellion on the Hill. Okay. Mr. Happy had given the name Operation Police Station. I added Rebellion on the Hill. Rebellion on the Hill. Okay. And then the last part there, called it Vengeance or Justice, because the justice was not fair. They sentenced him for imprisonment for things he didn't do, and vengeance, they wanted vengeance for killing T. Piggy. So was it justice or vengeance?
Some would say justice, some would say vengeance.
That's why I put it there, justice or vengeance.
Either way, I think everybody would say it was well deserved. Thank you very much to our director of the production for this morning, the Belman Mana production, for coming and talking to us, giving us a bit of history and telling us what to expect in today's production. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go for a short break, but when we come back to continue the conversations, all things Belman Mana Rise. So do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We will be right back after these messages.
Thank you.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17th, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School Courtyard. But I forget to tell all you, it's we 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
As we draw nearer to the close of Heritage 2025, we can't forget some highly talked about events. On Sunday, July 27th, Speyside Harvest is on from 10 a.m. Then we head to the Buku Unveil production from 7 p.m. Belman Mana Riots in Roxborough, July 28th. Legacy of Africa in Bethel, July 29th. The Black Rock Sea Festival, July 30th. And finally, on August 1st, the Emancipation Day celebration is on from 5 p.m. in Scarborough.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 bottle of rum, DJ start the thing, let me jump. Cause I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 girls to a man, DJ start the thing, let me rum my shit. When my team touch down, everything get wild. Hey, 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 take out your flag and fling it up, take out something and fling it up, fling it up, fling it up high. Hey, 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 start to jump up and fling it up, take out something and fling it up.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. Yes, we are here outside in Roxborough preparing for the Belman Mana riots. Today it is happening from 10 a.m. right here in Roxborough. And we have with us here Mr. Gilbert Happy O'Connor, very well-known figure in the cultural space in Tobago. And he is in the capacity as the cultural advisor to the Belman Mana riots. Good morning and welcome, sir.
Good morning, sir, and thanks for having me on set this morning.
Oh, Mr. O'Connor,
yes,
everybody
sir.
keeps saying that you were the man that invigorated Roxborough to bring back the Belman Mana riots. And not just bring it back, but to put it on the road.
Well, Yeah, I've been constantly tormenting Collis for over 15 years, you know, to get this thing in street theater style.
Right.
Move it from the proscenium setting where you have people in the audience mimicking the massa and watching the changing scene. No, get people to mingle, mix, move with the masses and actually traverse through the set along what you turn out to be a heritage trail from the start to the finish, feeling emotionally what our ancestors would have gone through. As an old teacher, right, and I'm still teaching, what I hear I forget, what I see I remember, what I do I understand. And you know, John Dewey, principles of philosophies of education, learning through doing, the immersive experience we're talking about.
As you mentioned that immersive experience, Mr. O'Connor, you know, I always say that the biggest draws in the Heritage Festival are always those that have the immersive experience. When you look at the natural treasures in Charlottesville, you look at the old time wedding in Mariah. A lot of people are very excited for the pulling of the Seine in Blackrock. Those very immersive things, the Salaka Feast procession in the morning.
Right.
People are very, very excited about those things. And in my opinion, they have a larger impact on the audience than the stage productions.
Of course, because the people want to become involved. And you know, we want to encourage tourism. And when the visitors come, they want to mix and mingle. They want to be a part of the experience.
Yes.
And that is what it is tailored for. So, you know, you have to move the mindset. A lot of people see Heritage Festival as a tall stage with fancy trappings, and you get up there and you do a couple of dances, choreographed. Let me come down from there, right? Let me be able to pull somebody in the ring and dance. Long ago, community theater, Caribbean theater, what you notice, first thing they do is they form a circle. And the main actors inside. And they intermingle, they merge, they pull in, dance with me, come. And that's how the feeling. When we cooking together, we eating together. And that is a whole togetherness. So the immersive spirit, the immersive experience is what, because at the end of the day, you see how we make you feel, what we do with the emotions, excellent. That is what we want you to take away.
So I know you said that you've been behind Roxbury for some time. Just tell me how long you was behind Roxbury to really bring this thing onto the road, make it an immersive experience, and what influence did you have in terms of what it is today?
I think it would have been more than 15 years, because at one point in time I was the coordinator for the Heritage Festival. I was logistics coordinator, and I had to be around, you know, managing the erection of all the stages. And every time I come to Roxbury to set up the stage for Belman Mana, I would shake my head, you know, and it would hurt me to see that we have such a powerful product that could really, you know, involve more of the community, just wasting it away. But then, you know, when the student is ready, you know, the master would come again. And so it's over 15 years I've had, you know, this, you know, conversation with Collis. God. And after when he called me, I said exactly what we want. At the end of the day, we're going to have a heritage trail in Roxbury.
Yes.
God, that could now encourage more tourism in the place. And then the younger folks who are technologically oriented, we get them involved in things like QR coding and AR codes and the various relics, you know, so that people with technology, you come, you scan your code, and you get a deeper insight into the history and culture.
So you have a comprehensive plan for Roxbury and the Belman Mana, right?
Yes, And I do hope my principals, and I'm going to call out Dr. Thomas today of the Antiquities unit in .cat. Dr. Thomas, I'm calling your name big and bold on camera because we have some relics here in Roxborough that we have to, nurture, activate, and give more prominence to, right?
So, Mr. O'Connor, you stated that you've been behind them for about 15 years to bring this thing to the road. What was your emotional state last year when you saw Roxborough finally bring Belman Mana riots out onto the streets?
In 1981, I did a song called Man Baby about men making babies in the 21st century. And I felt like if
it was a man baby.
a delivery, a mother seeing her child, the firstborn, and hearing the cries of that child and knowing the child is alive and looking healthy and feeling healthy and will live and will live to a ripe old age. That was the feeling. And as I walked along from the start and you come through that avenue of teak, right? And the music, resistant music, coloring your soul. How many more must die? More come, sufferers. Ring the bell for freedom. Bob Marley war until the philosophy which makes one race superior. And I am feeling what I think the audience or the spectators, not spectators because you have no spectators in a riot, participant. In a revolution or a riot is not a spectacle with spectators. You are involved one way or the other. And as you move through that experience, through the teak, the groove of teak, up to the waterfall, and you come out from there, and then you get into the planting walk, the banana walk. You have plantain and banana on either side, and you come along, and then you see the performance with the whole banana peel in the backdrop, and you get up to the cocoa house here. And if that is, and I'm feeling I'm getting a strange pleasure, enjoying it going along. Because if you feel
what
you enjoy it,
you
love to have a parade, you love to, come let we go. And when we walk and we start to hit the hill to go by the station, and people say, oh my God, we had to climb here. Yes, the ancestors had to climb that hill, to go to conquer that station. So the whole emotions for me, because you see, cognitively, I had it in mind, in the abstract, right? When it started to come out, yeah.
Yeah, you really give it give birth to this thing and see it come to life, and you really give a different feeling and a different emotion. So Belman Mana riots. What do you expect from this year? What could the audience really look forward to this year? What could when they let me say somebody home, they're watching me now, they're not sure that they want to come up the road. We're gonna tell them for them to come up the road.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's time to get out of your homes, get involved with the actual activity. Walk the walk of the ancestors. Feel the emotions of the ancestors. Go through that journey in history. Come and see Roxborough in its fullest, because a part of the plot of this whole experience is that once you come to Roxborough and experience that walk along that Belman Mana Heritage Trail, you would be encouraged to come back to Roxborough, to spend more time in Roxborough, to even want to come and live in Roxborough because of the emotional experience you would have. So it's a subtle kind of abstract salesmanship in the community. And I'm a strong believer in asset-based community development. So all these assets we have in Roxborough, linking them in a wonderful way, from the human assets to the cultural historical assets existing here, the associational assets, the mass bands that we have, the police youth club, that, college is a major part of. All of these things linked together to have a powerful outcome at the end of the day. That is what the secret is. So when people come to Roxborough, once you come to Roxborough, you don't want to leave. And as we say in Roxborough, no long sauce.
No long sauce. No long sauce. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Gilbert Happy O'Connor, the cultural advisor to the Belman Mana Riots, for your contribution this morning. We feel the passion. We see how much you treasure this and how excited you are that it has come to fruition. And we wish you all the best, and we wish Roxborough and the Belman Mana Riots all the successes moving forward.
Thank you very much. And to Tobago, if you're planning to stay home, come out. The weather might be looking bad, but it's gonna improve as the day rolls on. Last year we had, some mixed weather, but today it's gonna be much better. Anyhow, come comfortably dressed. Have on your walking sneakers. Make sure you have your umbrella. Make sure you have your water so you could be hydrated. Come out for an experience of a lifetime. Thank you.
All right, you heard it for yourself. From Mr. Gilbert Happy O'Connor, the cultural advisor to the Belman Mana Riots. Come out today. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, unfortunately we have come to the end of our program at the Tobago Updates morning show. But our programming continues. Yes, it continues. We have GMT up next with Miss Chanel Felix. Yes, GMT is up next with Miss Chanel Felix. So do us a favor. Don't leave us just yet. And share the live, share the live, share the live. GMT is up next.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 3117-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
My name is Giselle Gittins-Peters, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Tobago Regional Health Authority's Internship Program. I am extremely pleased to bring warm greetings and officially welcome you to our year 2025. As part of its corporate social responsibility, the Tobago Regional Health Authority, under the auspices of our Secretary of Health and our Board of Directors, would have taken a decision in 2023 to host our first internship program. This is our third year. You are our third year. You are part of this hat-trick experience that we are calling Internship 2025. Did I mention that we are happy to have you? Yes. Yes, we are.
It is truly an honor to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the Tobago Regional Health Authority's third edition of its internship program for 2025. To our interns, congratulations. Today you take the first step not only into the world of work, but also into your own leadership journey. This year's theme, Empowering Our Youth to be Future Leaders, speaks directly to your presence here. You are not just trainees. You are tomorrow's innovators, tomorrow's decision makers, and its change agents.
The theme of this year's internship, Empowering Our Youth to Become Future Leaders, is a true reflection of our commitment at the authority to provide avenues for our youth to be exposed to the dynamic field that is healthcare. We believe that it is our responsibility to broaden public understanding of what healthcare truly entails.
No one is here to hand you an opportunity. Whether you like it or not, life is a competition. You are competing amongst the best of the best to excel in this life. No one's here to feel sorry for you. I'm gonna be point blank with you. You need to excel and go above and beyond for what you want in this life.
Overall, the internship taught me way more than just how to do a job. Because if I be honest, all I was just studying in the morning. I had to be honest. It gave me real world experience because I was extremely naive as to how the real world was. Coming out of sixth form, I only did sixth form to honestly get away from the real world. I'll always be thankful for the people that I met in the internship, the lessons I learned, and the memories I made.
It's really, really good being here this morning as we welcome you to this TRHA internship program. Yes, it is something that started a couple years ago, and we did it because we are investing in something that is far bigger than just training. Yeah? We are doing something today that is way bigger than just an orientation. What we're doing right now is investing in the future of healthcare in Tobago. What the Tobago Regional Health Authority is doing right now is investing in every single one of you.
On Christ the solid rock I stand. There's a sinking
Chop off everything when I look right. Think tricky but me still not go lose sight. Keep my heart in check because even God's leg could have fall by the wayside. Search me, oh Father, remove every sinful desire. I will not fear though the days are evil. I will be strong like a warrior in a God's army, faithful and righteous. Children of God, we are royal. Except the Lord builds this house, we labor in vain. Yeah. So I look to the hills where my help comes. I don't wanna be a castaway. I will stand and be counted.
Tell me, okay? You okay?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just the two of us. Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I know once God goes before me, they can't stop this right now. Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I know once God goes before me, they can't stop this ride. Strap up me Gideon boot, now me ready for the war. Satan want take me for fool, but me and Jesus apart. Have to defend this truth, stand spiritually sound so me not dilute. We've got to lift your I wanna make my election sure. Yes, rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and I know once God goes before me, they can't stop this right now. Rolling in my two-man army, my Jesus and
at the Scarborough General Hospital Medical Imaging Department. This morning, we actually hand over a brand new 64-slice CT scanner, replacing the 16-slice scanner that we've had since the inception of the hospital. We've had a CT scanner, but this 64-slice would enable us to have faster images. So it's, of course, shorter scan time for patients, better imaging quality, so we'll be able to see detail in a much more efficient fashion, enabling better diagnosis, and it will also enable us to do things like CT angiography that we could not have done.
So it is really, really an honor being here this morning to finally participate in this ceremony. Of course, we know that the CT scan is one of those pieces of equipment that can really help us with a whole lot. Its capacity to see what is happening within the body means that it can help us when we're dealing with trauma, even when we're dealing with NCDs, when we're dealing with the full gamut, cancers, when we're dealing with a full gamut of diseases in terms of diagnostics. Ready?
Today I learned about how drugs affect you, how you destroy lungs, you can get cancer. I learned what marijuana and drugs can do. It can make you go to jail, it can make you very, very fast, and it can give you lung cancer.
My name is Sherman Joy Charles, and I am a Behavioral Services Officer with the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Program under the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. So we are here to commemorate World No Tobacco Day, which is celebrated annually on May the 31st. And today we have our annual Clean Air Fair, where we target Standard 5 students throughout Tobago. This morning we are targeting the Standard 5 students from the Mason Hall, Moriah, Kasara and Palsurier schools. And so we're just here to educate them on the impact of tobacco use and to give them the necessary skills that they may need to resist tobacco use. The theme for this year's initiative is actually unmasking the appeal to tobacco products. And we realize that a lot of students are now experimenting not so much with cigarettes, but more so with vapes, particularly students in the secondary school. And so this initiative was ready to capture the Standard 5 students before they get out into that high school environment where the pressure to use tobacco may increase. This was really an initiative that was born through our previous manager, Mrs. Billy Sterling Lewis, and it's just to really get the information out there to the students, really to have that intervention at an early age so that as they grow through adolescence that they can make healthy choices regarding not just tobacco use but healthy choices regarding their lifestyle. So what we want to take home is, one, tobacco use is not something that they should get involved in. There are no positive effects. So that's the first thing you want them to understand. And secondly, we want them to understand that it's okay to say no. A lot of children are experimenting because they don't know how to say no. They don't know how to resist peer pressure. So that's the second thing we want them to do. And we want them to be those persons that could go out into their schools and make a positive impact. Those persons who can mentor their own peers and give them the information that they would have received when it comes to tobacco. We want to really promote a tobacco-free Tobago, and so we want all hands on deck. It's not just the school's responsibility, it's not just adult responsibility, but we want to make sure that message is heard at home and also within the community spaces.
Hi, I am Dr. Faith Brubner, Deputy Chief Secretary and Secretary for Health, Wellness and Social Protection. So we are here at the orientation for the TRHA internship. This is the third year we're having this internship, and it really is an opportunity for young people to see the inner workings of the healthcare sector. And the inner workings of the healthcare sector would allow them to determine their career paths, and it's really just an opportunity for them to understand how healthcare really works and to see how they can be a part of that future.
Hi, I'm Jaylene Jennings Henry, former TRHA intern 2024. My experience with the TRHA internship program has been wonderful. I have gained a lot of experience, met new people. I did not go into the position that I wanted to go into, but the position that they placed me gave me an immense amount of opportunities. I met new people. I worked really hard. I was outstanding, and I was given more opportunities to the future and gained some new contacts. Absolutely. I would recommend this program because you will, as I said, you would gain more opportunities. You would meet new people. It has certain parts in life that may be dull to you, things that have not been brought to your attention as a young adult, that they would enlighten you on, not just in the workspace, but in life itself, in finance, in house building, in getting a car. All of these things, business, would help you as a young person going into the work world and as an adult.
My name is Jabari Darlington, and I am a past TRHA 2024 intern. No, I would not recommend it for the hospital alone because I am someone who does not plan to get into the medical field after I finish my studies. And seeing as the internship was all inclusive, I don't think it should just be limited to the hospital alone, but the office area is important as well in day-to-day activities, even within the hospital.
Hi, my name is Janae Nicholas, and I'm a part of the 2025 TRHA Summer Internship Program. For this program, I came into it anticipating to have a good hands-on experience in the healthcare sector. Specifically, I would love to learn more about the back-end things that helps the entire healthcare system to work, namely in biomedical engineering, how the equipment is maintained and repaired, and all the other paperwork and everything else that goes into it.
My name is Ellis Joel. I am a first-time participant in the TRHA Summer Intern Programship. My expectations from this program is to, one, develop my leadership skills and proceed forward in becoming a better leader, exploring and getting hands-on development in the area of engineering, as well as expanding my knowledge to see where in the healthcare industry can I continue and improve and bring my knowledge as an electrical engineer in the biomedical area to develop healthcare and even other parts of society around the world.
My name is Dana Baker, and I'm a first-time participant of the TRHA Summer Internship Program. Well, what I expect from this program is to gain a better understanding on the work world and to understand how the health system works. I am an aspiring psychologist, and I believe that this program can be very beneficial to me so that I can gain more knowledge. For future participants, I hope that they are able to as well gain this knowledge, and I hope that this program can continue so that it can better our community and better the lives of all the youths.
My name is Giselle Gittins-Peters. I am the Vice Chairperson for the Tobago Regional Health Authority's Internship Committee. So the truth is the TRHA would have started this internship program years ago, but then COVID came and voila, here we are. So the 2023 installment of the internship would have seen the reintroduction of the internship here at the Tobago Regional Health Authority. And the idea is to expose as many young Tobagonian students to what the healthcare industry has to offer. It is a dynamic ecosystem, and well, COVID would have taught us, listen, we need to do things better. So the internship is really like a gauge into preparing our young people into the world of work, into the entry into healthcare. And even if it is they don't come back to the healthcare industry itself, the skills that they would have been taught, the experiences, the networking, it would set them apart as part of the wider world of work. Oh, and that's one of the beautiful things with our program. This is not just for persons who probably have an interest in pharmacy, nursing, medicine. We have students from across the board. We have biomedical engineers, we have teachers, we have psychologists, we have persons who are actually doing what we call the traditional trades. So yes, we are allowing persons from a various cross-section of education to participate in the program. And like you said, it is not just doctors and nurses that make up this ecosystem. We have all these other allied health, and this is one of the ways that we get these persons to come on board to appreciate what it is we are trying to do here in Tobago.
I am Assemblyman Megan Morrison, area representative for the electoral district of Mount St. George Goodwood, and the Assistant Secretary of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. This summer internship is a way to bring much needed resources to the health institution. Initially, this program started, I think, with 50 participants. I think that number has increased. So already we have expanded the program. And as the need arises, I see the program going from strength to strength as the need becomes necessary.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television.
My name is Giselle Gittins-Peters, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Tobago Regional Health Authority's Internship Program. I am extremely pleased to bring warm greetings and officially welcome you to our year 2025. As part of its corporate social responsibility, the Tobago Regional Health Authority, under the auspices of our Secretary of Health and our Board of Directors, would have taken a decision in 2023 to host our first internship program. This is our third year. You are our third year. You are part of this hat-trick experience that we are calling Internship 2025. Did I mention that we are happy to have you? Yes. Yes, we are.
It is truly an honor to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the Tobago Regional Health Authority's third edition of its internship program for 2025. To our interns, congratulations. Today you take the first step not only into the world of work, but also into your own leadership journey. This year's theme, Empowering Our Youth to be Future Leaders, speaks directly to your presence here. You are not just trainees. You are tomorrow's innovators, tomorrow's decision makers, and its change agents.
The theme of this year's internship, Empowering Our Youth to Become Future Leaders, is a true reflection of our commitment at the authority to provide avenues for our youth to be exposed to the dynamic field that is healthcare. We believe that it is our responsibility to broaden public understanding of what healthcare truly entails.
No one is here to hand you an opportunity. Whether you like it or not, life is a competition. You are competing amongst the best of the best to excel in this life. No one's here to feel sorry for you. I'm gonna be point blank with you. You need to excel and go above and beyond for what you want in this life.
Overall, the internship taught me way more than just how to do a job, because if I'd been honest, all I was just studying in the morning. I had to be honest. It gave me real world experience because I was extremely naive as to how the real world was. Coming out of sixth form, I only did sixth form to honestly get away from the real world. I'll always be thankful for the people that I met in the internship, the lessons I learned, and the memories I made.
It's really, really good being here this morning as we welcome you to this TRHA internship program. Yes, it is something that started a couple years ago, and we did it because we are investing in something that is far bigger than just training. Yeah? We are doing something today that is way bigger than just an orientation. What we're doing right now is investing in the future.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
It's Monday and we are celebrating the Belman Mana riots here in Roxborough. But before we get into that this morning, let's have our news in 90 seconds. Assemblyman Wayne Clark will begin his new duties as Secretary for the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport today after he took his oath as THA Secretary on Friday. Clark previously served as the Assistant Secretary in the same division. Also assuming a new position today is Assemblyman Megan Morris, who has been reassigned from the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection to serve as Assistant Secretary in the Division of Community Development. Additionally, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has reaffirmed her government's commitment to establishing a national memorial honoring the fallen, injured and defenders of the 1990 attempted coup. In a message marking the 35th anniversary, she called for transparency, strong leadership, and citizen vigilance amid rising national security threats. And finally, the 1990 attempted coup survivor, Wendell Eversley, was disheartened after finding the gravesite of former President and Prime Minister A.N.R. Robinson overrun with bush during his annual walk from Crown Point to Bacolets to honor the tragic event of July 27th. Eversley publicly called for the Tobago House of Assembly to restore the site of the man who led the country during the attempted coup. The gravesite was cleaned on Saturday the 26th by Gerard Williams, owner of Yardman Landscaping Services. And that was our news in 90 seconds. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here. And we'll be back right after this with much more on all that's happening today at Roxborough as they celebrate that memory of the Belman Mana riots. See you soon.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 bottle of rum, DJ start the thing, let me jump. Cause I see girls, I see fun, I see winding up in the sun, I see 10 girls to a man, DJ start the thing, let me ram my shit. When my team
draw nearer to the close of Heritage 2025, we can't forget some highly talked about events. On Sunday, July 27th, Speyside Harvest is on from 10 a.m. Then we head to the Buku Unveil production from 7 p.m. Belman Mana Riots in Roxborough, July 28th. Legacy of Africa in Bethel, July 29th. The Black Rock Sea Festival, July 30th. And finally, on August 1st, the Emancipation Day celebration is on from 5 p.m. in Scarborough.
Hair goals, we've got them. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
This week at the Tobago Heritage Festival 2025, Natural Treasures Day in Charlottesville, Monday 21st, 9 a.m. Salaka Feast in Pembroke, Wednesday 23rd, 8 p.m. Lekoto Folk Tales and Superstition, Thursday 24th, 8 p.m. Miss Tobago Heritage Personality Show, Friday 25th, from 6 p.m. Sponsored by First Citizens. Tobago Old Time Carnival Juve, Saturday 26th, 4 a.m. Heritage Calypso Monarch, Saturday 26th from 8 p.m. Buku Unveiled, Sunday 27th.
Courts is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Courts Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Courts Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Are you ready to celebrate the essence of Crusoe land and the culture of Tobago? Well, get ready for Tobago Day in New York City, hosted by the Tobago Empowerment and Alliance Mission, Sunday, August 17, 2025, Nazareth High School Courtyard, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 12 noon to 8 p.m. We bring the Tobago vibes to the Big Apple. Live music, Tobago food, cultural performances, and family fun. So bring Tanty, Granny, the uncle, uncle, invite the whole neighborhood. Just bring everybody and bring your significant other too. Come celebrate Tobago Day in New York City, Sunday, August 17th, Nazareth High School courtyard. But I forget to tell all you, it's our 10th anniversary celebration. For more information, call 929-327-7857 or check Team's Facebook and Instagram pages, Team Tobago Day.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix, and this morning I'm being joined live in Roxborough with the 2025 Miss Heritage personality, Miss Asha Melville, who hails from the Dallaford Village Council. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Right, so this year, 2025, we are celebrating a theme called Time Longer Than Twine.
That's
right. And you have basically created history for Dallaford with being the first ever Miss Personality Queen coming out of Dallaford. So you have basically placed your stamp in time for Dallaford.
Indeed.
What does that mean for the community?
It means that Dallaford can finally say that we have produced something of value. You know, it's been a while since Tobago has seen Dallaford create anything. And I am elated that I was able to provide Dallaford with a substantive mark on the heritage space.
Right, and I'm guessing that is as it pertains to heritage in
correct.
Tobago.
That's correct.
Because we know a lot of great people
come from Dallaford.
That's correct. Right?
That's correct.
So, you know, even with you yourself, what would have been the drive and the motivation to participate in the event?
Honestly, I thought, get out of your comfort zone, Asha. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a bit of a reserved person. It's church, school, and home. That has been my life mostly. And even though my mother has won queen shows in the past, she did not exactly have me in that space. And when my cousin went last year, and she came third, Kina Macmillan, I thought, Asha, you can try this, because both of us have been very reserved and sheltered most of our lives. And I feel accomplished that my talents and my presence was worthy of such a title.
Right, and you know, even throughout the competition, did you feel like you were going to win? And if so, at what point did you feel like, yeah, Asha, yeah, you are it?
Honestly, I only thought I would have won the side spotlight and the interview.
Okay.
Reason being, I do consider myself to be intelligent and articulate in my speech. And I think that I do have a creative aspect to my personality because I write spoken word. So I wasn't very lacking confidence in that area. However, because I've been paused for the past 2 weeks, I thought that my voice would not have carried me for my talent because it was a song. And then I really didn't do this to win. I did it for the experience and for fun, because I don't go out. And I thought this is an opportunity to change that narrative a bit. So to say that I thought I was going to win, I wouldn't say so. I did say I was going to enjoy the experience, and I did.
Right, and that is so important. And we know that the Miss Heritage Personality Show, the show itself is only one aspect of an entire program.
That's correct.
Of personality development and training. Tell us about that training for you and what stood out as one of the most pivotal moments throughout this journey.
We had so many formative workshops, from financial information, from the public speaking with Davia Chambers. That was my favorite because, as I may have said in another interview, it brought out my personality, because I realized that in my natural speech, I may sound a bit performative, like somebody trained me to say this sort of, to answer in a particular way. Mm-hmm. And she would have brought that out and told me that I needed to bring my personality into it a bit. And so I brought my personality here. And now I believe that people can identify Asha with the personality of Miss Tobago Heritage Personality.
Excellent. I'm so happy to hear that. And even as you have won now, for you, what does this reign mean, and what are some of the key things on your agenda for this year as you reign Miss Heritage Personality 2025?
This reign means to me that I would be able to express that Tobago has substance and value. That a lot of people have this misconception that Tobagonians, we could do it attack bad and now for express ourselves. That's not it. We also have intelligent and accomplished persons. I have a master's in psychology, emphasis on marriage and family therapy. I have a bachelor's in biology. I am intelligent, I am accomplished. And I could also go down in the tongue and talk because I know where they come from. But we have a versatility that the world needs to know. And I think I will carry that very well.
Excellent. I'm really happy to hear that. You know, even as it comes to mentorship, talk to us about the importance of you using this role to mentor.
I've come to realize that young women are lacking in self-confidence. And so we get ourselves entangled in a lot of unfortunate circumstances, family life in particular. And this platform will allow me to show young people, even people in my age group, because I was the oldest delegate. I'm 35. This was my last opportunity to do this. And I would express to them that do not feel inadequate. You have the ability to show yourself and to express your talents, whatever little that is. Be confident in self, because God blessed all of us with something spectacular. It only takes a platform to showcase that. And this platform did that for me. And others can also use this platform and others to showcase the beauty that exists within them. We all have something.
Excellent. And, you know, I would have had my turn to participate in the Miss Heritage Personality competition. It would have left a lifelong lesson with me. But one of the key things for me would have been the friendships and the camaraderie that came. All the young ladies that I participate with, I'm still friends with them for today. You know, for you, throughout this journey, what was, you know, the most meaningful thing? Because, I mean, you win, yes, but there's something that you take away that stays with you for the rest of your life. What would that be for you?
Resilience. I watched my fellow delegates go through so many hardships. We all did. Not just me, everybody. Kellys Gray, Abby Phillips, and Denique Saul, they went through a lot of adversities and we were resilient. We gave our best even in the face of these adversities. And I believe that this platform shows that hardship does not impede a person from their victory. And that is my takeaway.
Excellent. And, you know, even as it pertains to that preparation, that hard work, you know, from talent, come down to your dress, everything, you know, how that was for you and, you know, how grueling was the process?
From the inception, it didn't feel that grueling because, as I said, I write. So I wrote all of it, you know, and I think that the team that I chose, they were really supportive. Colin Alexander is a master musician and producer. He created a wonderful piece, collaborated with me and created a spiritual piece in that talent song. And my mom, listen, my mother has been such an encouragement that even though many people don't know, I had an accident on my way to the photo shoot. I almost didn't make it.
Wow.
I have been hoarse and ill for a number of weeks. And even though those things happened to me, my team kept me grounded and firm, and they showed up for me. So while it was tumultuous, I still felt ease because of who carried me during this entire journey.
Excellent, excellent. And, you know, even as the young women are looking on and they're seeing that you won and, you know, you had one of the best talents out there. You came, you said that you were not feeling well, but you still gave your best. You know, what would be your one key piece of advice for young women, not just as they, you know, enter competitions like the Miss Heritage Personality competition, but whatsoever it is that they decide to put their minds to accomplish, what piece of advice would you have for them?
Stay with it. Yes, negativity will come your way. It will be difficult, but stay in it. You have something to share. share it. You have value to express it. And do not allow any negative adversity to cause you to give up. If I had given up, where would I have been now? Keep in it, stay with it, and persevere.
Excellent. We want to thank you so much this morning.
Thank you so
much.
much.
We sending big up to Delaford, the whole Delaford party. We know when it comes to Delaford and Roxborough, there's
always the little clash, but love still.
Exactly. And today we are celebrating that Belman Mana riot here in Roxborough, and they say we tell them we ain't afraid to war.
Indeed.
So there's that natural resilience in the people as we celebrate today. Finally, for you, which one of the heritage presentations have you enjoyed or look forward to in the whole calendar of events?
I enjoyed dancing the coco in Charlottesville. I used to do it at Grand Couva. I have an uncle down there in Grand Couva. Morning, Uncle Lee. And to do it in Tobago now, that was always something I had wanted to do, and I'm so grateful that I was able to experience it. I enjoyed the Charlottesville presentation.
Excellent. We want to thank you again
this
morning.
So much.
Sending love to your mom and your entire team.
Thank you.
And everyone who worked together to ensure that you secured this win.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this. So see you soon.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Center has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme.
Well, I want a proper window for me house, yeah? I want no shake thing in my place.
Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces.
We get one wall on the side and we get one hole. You can put a window there, invent something, a window for put there.
At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style.
Well, me meet ya. Me don't know who I'm talking to, but I cousin Tufina tell me for call all you go get proper thing for put there. Me don't know.
Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business.
Driving? No, I ain't driving. I get a bus ticket. One of me picnic them go drop me down there. Must bring me down there. Russo Trade Springer down by the page down there.
Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships. It's about you.
It's all about me? Who's your family? You know Edna and Dorka and them, you know them, but you resemble them Edward boy and them Edward people, them you.
Tobago Glass Supplies, Russo Tree Spring Garden, telephone number 639-6266. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood, or Food Hub in Darrow Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrow Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we
Oh Lord.
we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates, guys. We are still here in Roxborough, and this morning, what I say, tell them we ain't afraid to war because they are celebrating the Belman Mana riots here in Roxborough, courtesy the Roxborough Police Youth Club. And this morning, I have the privilege to stand here with ACP Collins Hazel, who is the coordinator of this event. And you know, it's being said that Roxborough is now rivaling Charlottesville for that street procession. Talk to us a bit about that.
Okay, so what we want to say is that we come out to war.
Right.
We come out to war. Tell them we ain't afraid nobody. We come out to war. This is Belman Mana. This is Roxborough. And of course, those of you who are heading your way to Roxborough at this point and come through wedding and willing and able to host you today. We start at the Cameron Canal Road, so you can take a park in the Renaissance or in the Roxborough complex or at the Roxborough Secondary School. There's parking facility there to accommodate everybody. The police would be on hand today in order to guide you, in order to make sure that there is safety as we traverse in this street theater production of Roxborough.
Right. And, you know, tell us a bit experience. To tell us a bit about that. Tell us about how it's basically reliving that event.
I want to, first of all, while I tell you about that, I want to tell you that I want to pay some compliments to Mr. Gilbert O'Connor, who happened to be the chairman of the Festivals Commission, who felt that while we were doing Belman Mana for years on stage, he saw Belman Mana can happen as a street theater because there's all the relics, there's all the buildings, the Asian buildings. If you look back, there is the the Copra House, we have the Tuck House, we have the 100 Windows upon the hill, and we are on the plantation. The plantation, which way back in the 1st of May in 1976, where we had the situation where we had the revolt. As you are well aware, Roxborough had one of the largest sugar estates. And on that estate is where the workers would have revolted against the white plantation owners. The history behind this is that based on the revolution that happened, it happened because of a disgruntled set of workers who, after emancipation, they were brought to assist in ensuring that the labor on the estate was replenished. And of course, these laborers came from Barbados. These Bajans were promised all things to come here to work on the sugar estate. So they would promise better working condition, better wages, better medical care, and the host accommodations and the like. However, when they got on this estate, that did not happen, we were told. And as a result of that, they revolted. They revolt the idea of poor working conditions. We were reminded the fact that it was just like a situation where they came here to work for the white plantation owner. So Massa House on top of 100 Windows up to the back there, and they were working the plantation, all these sugar estate. But what really happened is that they were actually, all the wages, everything was going to Massa. This tuck shop was designed in such a way in which all the wage, whatever they worked for, would have been going back to the tuck shop. It replicates the canteen that we have it in Trinidad and Tobago in the military. And as a result of that, these workers did not have it. Mary Jane, better known as Tipigi, was the person who initiated and was able to mobilize the laborers on the estate in order to bring them up and incite them that along the street. And of course, much to the displeasure, the white plantation owners had the benefit of having the police who was on top of the hill, led by another Bajan, Corporal Belman Mana.
Right. And even as we are seeing this being relived, some persons said that the experience was somewhat of a reincarnation when they saw the actors, you know, in full regalia. And today, even as they are through the streets and they are going to do that march once again, what are some of the lessons from the past that are still relevant to today's society as we continue to move forward?
I think what is important for us as we move forward and we look, we have to think about empowering others. We have to think about, and this is why you have entrepreneurship taking place. Instead of us just thinking about, okay, I am out there to work for someone. What about working for yourself? What about doing something that empower you to earn a living rather than just the dependency syndrome of looking for handouts, looking to work for someone else? You can become an entrepreneur. You can become one who earn your living instead of having to work for other persons. And I think this is interesting for us to understand that the treatment that is meted out to people while you're working for others, why not work for yourself and earn the wages?
Right. And even as we wrap up this morning, remind the people about the logistics. So even as they come up, what time are we starting? Some of the parking areas, you indicated that there's parking at the Renaissance, there's parking at the Roxborough complex, and there's parking at the Roxborough Secondary School. What time are we starting? We're gathering.
So we are gathering at 10 o'clock at the junction of the waterfall that is on Cameron Canal Road. We are going to take off there at 11 o'clock and we are going to hit the streets, going through all the paces, and that is going to take us coming back on the estate, on the sugar plantation, doing all the act, look at the burning of the sugar estate, and then we move up, looking at the workers on the plantation. They also have an opportunity. We have a live museum from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service for the first time, bringing their museum to Tobago so that we can see all that would have been in the old Roxborough Police Station. So it is interesting for you to come out and see a diary from way back when and the entries that were made in that diary as it relates to Belman Mana. It is very, very important in terms of these historical artifacts that we are able to preserve, and we are bringing Roxborough life. So parking, as we mentioned, there's going to be an interruption in the traffic flows, because when the procession hits on the Bloody Bay Road, persons will have the Windward Main Road to have access. However, when the procession comes down on the old police station road, there's going to be a diversion of traffic on old police station road and through the continuation of the Bloody Bay Road and take you down to Argyle, and you will have that opportunity, free movement along the courthouse where the trial is going to take place in the courtyard. And of course, the stage is set there ready. The courthouse is waiting in order to receive Sammy Small and of course to hear the trial of the trial judge in the case.
Excellent. We want to thank you so much, and we are hoping nothing but the best and safety for this entire procession today. And finally, as we wrap up today, where are we going to see the Roxborough Police Youth Club taking this Belman Mana riot as it grows?
I think what we would want to do on our own after doing it as a heritage, we would want to be able to ensure that on May the 1st, which is symbolically the day that while we are celebrating May Day in Trinidad, the labor unions throughout Tobago and Trinidad come on the Roxborough estate, because we believe that while you are celebrating Buzz Butler in Trinidad, way before Buzz Butler, you had a situation right here on the estate in Roxborough that ignites the workers in this riot that saw the birth. So the real birth, I want to tell the president of the labor movement in Trinidad, the real birth is not Buzz Butler, it is Belman Mana riots. And therefore on May Day, which is the first day, we want to see this celebration take place here in Roxborough, so that people will have an understanding that Roxborough, as a people of resilience, as a people of bold and brave, are able to stand, as you well know. Take our representative, Mr. Watson Duke. Come on. We have the bold, brave persons within our community who have represented us in Belman Mana, in living in Roxborough. And let me tell you something. Tell them we ain't afraid nobody. We come out to war. We go out to war. We come out to war. We come out to war. Tell them we ain't afraid nobody. Tell them we ain't afraid nobody. Anna.
This morning at 10 a.m., if you miss it, then you basically miss the entire Tobago Heritage Festival, because this is the culmination right here. This is the big one. This is the Belman Mana riots that's happening at Roxborough. And it's right outside of that Argyle Waterfall Road there. As soon as you get into the entry, that's where they're going to be gathering. And you don't want to miss it. Remember, there's parking all over. Come up, don't be late. Bring a friend, bring your family. This is the place to be this morning, guys. Again, I am Chanel Felix, and this is Tobago Updates. As a matter of fact, this is Good Morning Tobago. And we want to thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am your host, Chanel Felix, and have a great day. All right.
My name is Kina Macmillan, your last year's 3rd place winner and the Miss Photogenic for last year's Miss Heritage Personality Show. And this year, I want to carry you with me for my Tobago Heritage experience. I'll be hosting with Tobago Updates, bringing you live coverage behind the scenes and also their giveaways, tickets to the heritage events, and a 2-night stay to the Manzalina Grand. So you need to stay locked on to Tobago Updates on all their social media platforms, Kina Macmillan on Facebook, and originalproducer.tt on TikTok. My Tobago Heritage experience with Tobago